Hey, welcome into another episode of 5 Foot Nothing. Oh wait, no.
Yes.
What do I usually? I forget how I started. Coming to you live from Mom's basement. It is me. I am the Beef, Casey Beef Green, joined as always by my cast of cronies, Cyclops Parker, JJ in Tampa. Why is that hard?
I don't know. It's a mirror thing.
It's a mirror image.
It's reverse shit.
And now, best friend of the show, apparently, Pauk from 5 Foot Nothing, 100 Nothing Pod.
You know what this looks like in this visual? It looks like the Special Olympics version of Hollywood Squares. There's no center square. There's no.
Funny you should say that. We got some trivia.
When Beef says something,
Hey, if you can put two people, if you can get two connections, you win.
What's that?
Oh yeah, wait, I did it wrong. Immediately.
It's so funny. Welcome in, guys, to another episode of the Chop and Beef Show, episode number 6, which is actually episode number 5. But math is a problem for me apparently because I guessed last week and called it episode 5, but it's actually episode 5 tonight. Math. So good to see you guys. It's good to have Pauk back. You know, we brought him in late last week. I actually threw an invite out to an old friend of the show, Rai, who was a contributor back in season 1, 2, and I think a little bit of 3 with our booze of the week. But he's not coming in apparently. You know, he's too busy.
He was at a minor league game last night and refused to get me a hat. Very upset.
Trenton Thunder, New York Yankees affiliate. Yeah.
That's a solid logo too.
He and I have the same preference in hats. He didn't get one either, so he was a little.
You both have little bean heads.
Go through it again. What is the gold standard for hats? Give it to us. The 47 brand. What is the fit?
It's not 47 brand. 47 brand's a medium, but it's new era 5950 low profile.
Thank you. There we go. Bingo.
And how many?
Which Pauk was very nice to send me for my birthday for the Corpus Christi hooks. Stand good looking hat too.
I still wear my Corpus Christi shirt, man. Pauk's good to have a friend because you just get random shit in the mail all the time.
He's a short guy, he's not bad.
He's not bad. And a Notre Dame guy and a short guy. I never like either.
It's good quality. Yeah.
Well, talking about being short, I praise the Lord that I was short today. My first stop, I had to relieve myself and. Let's just say I know Casey's 6'4". How tall are you, Lux?
Yeah, he's just as tall as I am.
Okay, JJ, how tall are you?
Too. I'm 6 foot.
Oh, sweet. Well, you might have been able to make it work. This bathroom was a glorified cloak closet. My knees almost touched the wall. I don't know how. If Lux or Beef, you had to take a shit, you were in trouble.
Well, what I would do, and that's just what you almost have to turn sideways, and it's uncomfortable. And
just go in a sink.
I mean,
What a sec. What a sec. No? Is that no good?
Hey!
Holy cow.
Oh, it's going to be a good night.
5 spot.
I wanted to be the center square though. After your little joke, I was hoping I'd be the center square. And
you want to be Paul Lynn? That's cool.
What's up, Rye? How you doing?
What is that background? Is that Casey Cregan from 1995?
It is Casey Cregan from 2000. Though when I was working at the school, I just think it's pretty awesome about the eyes just kind of sitting there over us. Kind of. Very creepy, which is funny to me. That's really the point of this whole thing.
The eyes matter,
You missed our baseball preview last week.
I know I did. I feel bad. Well, I said I'll be there for the in a few weeks. We'll do a baseball postseason preview.
Perfect.
Right,
after the postseason.
Well, yeah, we could do it after the postseason if that works too. Because that'd be probably easier to get our predictions correct.
It's true. I'll still mess it up somehow.
When's the All-Star game? Is that coming up?
Cubs are going to look good.
We can do an All-Star game preview. That could be...
Well, are you still voting for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, you get to do that for 10 years. 10 years? So yeah, I'm still going. I still have I don't know how many more. I don't know. Make me do math.
Well, then they'll start sending you stuff, or they will just stop sending it. It's kind of like the Masters tickets thing, although they just don't stop sending it to you.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll just deny you when you handwrite stuff. I don't know.
Maybe Ryan can help me then. I literally just said this last night. Me and my dad, when we go play catch, and he's 70, but he can still do it.
It's great.
He has a glove, and it says Pete Rose signature in the palm. And when I catch it, it says Barry Bonds. I would love to be able to play catch with two Hall of Famers, but we can't.
Who the hell would?
That's
So,
pretty cool.
like-
Yeah. Well, a couple notes on that. One is my dad turned 70 in November, and we're going to Field of Dreams in 2 weeks.
Nice.
So I'll have a catch with my dad on the field at Field of Dreams. That'll be fun.
That'd be
Cool.
awesome.
And then the other is in my past life as a sports writer. They didn't always. They did this for like maybe the first. I did it for 10 years. I covered the Phillies, and so maybe the first 7 years or so. During spring training, you're down there for 7 weeks. It's a long, grueling. I mean, you're in the Florida sun, so I don't mean to make it like it's too much work. But
It was busy though. I would only
monotonous.
see you like twice. Once or
Right,
twice
yeah,
in that
because I'm
7
working
weeks.
every day, 7 days a week. But anyway, the reason I bring this up is because it's so monotonous that they used to have a day where they would let the media hit, where we would take the field and we'd get to, they'd hit us ground balls and all. And anyway, so at the time, Ryan Sandberg, he wasn't the manager yet, but he was on the coaching staff. And so I got to hit off Ryan Sandberg throwing batting practice, and
Wow.
he also hit ground balls to us. So didn't actually have a catch with him, but next best thing, I guess.
Were they cool, or they were just kind of,
Yeah.
were they mailing it in, or was it cool? Were they cool with it? Or
Oh no, yeah. I got along with him. I mean, I told him from the start that I was like a fan of his when I was a kid. Because I also went by a Rhino and I played second base.
Yeah.
He was cool. Actually, another Ryan came and Ryan Howard watched us one time. He didn't like take the field, but he actually like thought it was funny and he watched. So that was kind of cool that he even showed up. So
See, awesome. I tell you what, those tender moments, like having a catch with your dad at Field of Dreams. I like to have a batting cage match with my father.
hit
Put two
in the
batting cages together, zip tie them, and give me a bat and give him a bat. Let's see.
Good to see you, Kevron. I don't know who's going to the World Series, but we have.
I mean, that's the tender moment I'd like to have.
We got our baseball expert on with us tonight. Even if he's not, he's the most expert of all of us. Tell us about this "Bring Your Dog to the Park" thing last night that you went to in Trenton.
Yeah, so I did get a hat, Jeff. I didn't get a fitted hat, but
I understand.
The selection wasn't great, but this is 47 brand. They're pretty nice for the for the relaxed fit trucker hats. But anyway, they apparently at Trenton Thunder every Wednesday they do Bring Your Dog to the Park, like tail wagging Wednesdays or something. And we just had things to do, like everybody else, just kind of busy during the summer, and we hadn't got around to it. But this was their last homestand. They're in a weird league now. They used to be AA Trenton, but back when Major League Baseball started axing a bunch of minor league affiliates and getting rid of a lot of minor league teams, some teams survived by joining what's called the MLB Draft League. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's guys that are trying to get drafted or it is MLB sanctioned, but they played Williamsport, and Williamsport used to be a Phillies affiliate. So it was Williamsport versus Trenton. It's an easy drive for us, like 45 minutes. And I like minor league games. They're very low key. So it was a fun atmosphere. We have a puppy. We're trying to give our puppy, something to do to run her energy off of her. And it was a good night out for her and for us. We went to the Phillies game 2 nights ago, so it was interesting to, have that transition or the comparison between a major league. I paid $20 for parking in Philly. I paid $5 for parking in Trenton.
And you probably paid $20 for both tickets at Trenton. To get in.
Yeah, it was 15 for the ticket, 15 each for 2 tickets. We didn't have to pay for the puppy. And we were the 4th row from the field. So it's a nice, I hope that minor league baseball isn't going to go away in a lot of towns, and I know it has, because it's an affordable option for people. You know,
I'm down in Corpus Christi, and when baseball season comes around, we get excited because you can go watch the Corpus Christi Hooks literally for $5.
That's amazing.
That's a good deal. Yeah, that's great. For 2-3 hours of entertainment.
Now, my only question for you is it like 100 degrees?
It is.
But you guys are used to it because you're from there.
It's hot.
He's a South Jersey, Central Jersey kid, right?
I grew up
but it lives
straight east of Trenton. So.
Oh, nice. What high school did you go to?
I would have gone to Raritan, but I'd already moved. I already moved to Texas by that point.
Gotcha.
I would have been a Raritan Rocket.
So every time that I'm in Greenville, it just so happens that the drive is in. So I actually, even though they're Red Sox affiliate, I got to see that new kid that they just called up. That's their number one prospect. He was playing Meyer is his last name, I believe.
Max
Meyer.
No. I'm thinking of the Marlins guy.
It was it's the number one prospect in the Red Sox organization. He was playing his first game. I had no idea who he was, but I was looking at I don't follow it that closely at that level, but he was a shortstop, number one prospect. But I remember one of the last times I went, Yohan Moncada was playing his first game. So it's like I think every time I go, they just save their number one prospect for when I'm there.
Yeah, they have a big showcase. Yeah, it's actually a shame that the Trenton team is no longer an affiliate. I mean, it used to be the Yankees, but I always thought if it was a Phillies affiliate, they would do really well there because
right across the river.
Right, and it's also so it's right across the river from Pennsylvania, but also like. Most of South Jersey are Phillies fans.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's an easy drive. Like, it was an easy drive for us. So, yeah, they would do really well. So it's an easier drive for. I mean, we live on the Jersey side of Philly too, so it's an easier drive for us than like Allentown or Reading. That's where some of the Phillies might.
I forgot the Yankees are in Somerset now. Yeah.
Oh, is that
who would have thought this would have been the baseball preview?
It is.
Yeah. How about local news here? Just yesterday, the Bananas of Savannah.
I was waiting for this.
Yeah, they have left the college league now for just full-time antics. Is the headline right here on the internet? Yeah, they would do like a split schedule where they play that Florida team that was on ESPN the other night.
Degrading baseball.
Yeah, and they would do a college league too, like 25 games. No more college. It's just full-time.
Dude, once Stilts gets a hit, like you're like, okay, we have to go all in. Like that was we watching
Eric
it live.
Burns. Eric Burns is the manager. Johnny Gomes plays for them.
Is still there. They have a dude that did you watch later? The dude that's like almost 70. That's a pitcher.
Oh yeah.
It shut the game down. He had they thought he was having a heart attack.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
This is Spaceman Lee.
Yeah, he's like 68 or 70.
Lee, that's his name.
Was that his name? Yeah.
But Ryan, have you seen the Bananas? Do you know this?
It was on ESPN though. I don't know if it's up in your area.
Are they like independent ball?
Yes.
They're not. Yeah, they're nothing anymore. They're just.
Shit.
They're going
they
to
exist.
the Harlem Globetrotters. They're going to the Harlem Globetrotters. They play the
play
party
the same
animals.
team.
They're going to be the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
They are.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, like I wish the Camden River Sharks were still around and they could be that. That would be fun.
They're trying to make their own.
a 2-hour.
That's not the
time
team
limit.
that Bill Murray's involved in, right? That's Charleston, right?
Charleston.
Yes, Charleston.
That's real baseball.
Yeah. This is far from real baseball.
This is 2-hour time limit games.
Is it really?
Every inning you can walk off. So like you play for 1 point. An inning, if you win an inning, it's one. The pitcher has to grab it and go. The batters can't step out of the box at all.
If it's
step out, it's a strike.
If it's at the Bananas home field and there's a foul ball into the stands from the other team and a fan catches it, the hitter's
it's
out.
An out.
There's no
Bananas
walks.
hit, everybody drops it.
There's no walks. It's called a sprint. If it's ball 4, the runner has to sprint, and all 7 fielders behind the pitcher have to touch the ball before the runner gets to second base.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the guy that runs the team played minor league ball.
Jesse something.
Who do they play?
The party animals.
They play one team.
Yeah.
It's like the Washington Generals with the Globetrotters.
So,
there's just like a team that plays them?
bro,
Yeah,
like,
the Pats.
Can I play on that team?
yeah,
Probably.
they have tryouts every year. Here's the
Ryan,
thing. like this is so sold out in this area, Ryan. I swear to God, my mom is trying to get tickets. She wanted to take the kids, thought it'd be fun. She signed up like way early to get into this lottery to get into it, and she was like, I want to say number 1,300 out of 4,800 people that didn't even get into the lottery. It's just insanity. But like I said, this game was on. I've never been myself. This thing was on TV. What was it, Friday night, y'all? Wasn't it?
No, it's going to start to be a series. They're going to start airing games.
I won't watch it again.
Well, all you need to know is a guy on stilts got a single, and that was a real thing that happened. The guy was on stilts and got a single.
That actually happened.
Wow. Literally on stilts.
It's blasphemy.
I think did I see our friend of the show, Chad? He's been there, right?
He goes, yeah.
Okay, I've seen his photos. I didn't know it was like Clown League baseball. I thought it was.
Well, this summer it wasn't. This summer it was Wood Bat League, and that's where they started. The Macon Bacon, the Savannah Bananas, and there's a couple other teams.
Macon. I prefer the hockey team to Macon Whoopee.
Macon Whoopee. The Macon Whoopee.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Macon Whoopee, college football's back.
Hey, is it back? When is it back?
Only so many Saturdays.
2 weeks.
Yeah, that was the best tease ever.
So wait, like 2 weeks from today?
2 weeks from today is when it really opens, but this week is week 0.
So
as we learned last night, it's weak as in WEAK.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's bad.
Very, very weak.
How are the Clemson Tigers looking?
Well, let's just jump right into it.
Well, they're gonna lose on November 8th. Other than that, I don't know.
What, Jeff? You don't? Is that like a curse word?
No,
I'm all for it, but it's just like fuck. You know?
How's Notre Dame doing?
We're gonna go 10-2. JJ, shut your mouth.
Powell's the Notre Dame guy too. I say 4 losses. He's gonna jump down my ass.
Here's okay.
Here we go.
Short. He has
Sit back, Ryan.
I'm gonna condense it just like I did in the text.
Hey, Ryan, just relax. There's another 15 minutes. It's gonna be shot to shit.
No,
he's gonna condense it like
Don't
War
they
and
play
Peace.
someone big in the first game?
Ohio State.
They do. They do.
A little bit.
It's not awesome. But here's the deal. Everybody that's pointing at Notre Dame going, oh, you got a new head coach. All the changes, this, that, and the other. The fact of the matter is when you learned about Brian Kelly since he's left, it was amazing he won the games he won because of he just kind of went about it very casually. Marcus Freeman's all in, high energy, everything else. And I'm saying all that to say, is he going to be the coach in game that Brian Kelly was how many years down the road? No, it's game 1. But to think that we're going to have this massive drop-off with better talent than Brian Kelly was winning all the games he was supposed to win, now all of a sudden we're not going to win those games, I think at minimum we win those games. Now, what does that mean? We still got to play Ohio State, Clemson, and USC. We'll probably, I say 10-2 because I think we can get Clemson or USC, but 9-3 is not ridiculous. 8-4, I just don't see the 4th loss. Given the talent Notre Dame has versus the talent we're going against. We've been winning every game we're supposed to win as we learned, a jackass of a coach who literally ran it like a business and not a football team.
Where is the current coach from?
He was he went to Ohio State, then became a defensive coordinator at he was somewhere, then Cincinnati for 4. Well, he was somewhere before Cincinnati. Doing some
semantics.
Cincinnati.
But anyway, yeah, 4 seasons at Cincinnati's DC, comes to Notre Dame as the defensive coordinator for 1 season. Kicked ass, and
I don't know. I was just throwing it up there.
And then now he's the head coach of Notre Dame because Brian Kelly jumped ship for LSU, which I didn't have a problem with it. I was getting frustrated the last how many years Brian Kelly was just winning the games you're supposed to win, not winning the games that matter, the games that we want to win.
He wasn't big
game
Brian.
Me of?
What's up?
You know who that
wasn't
reminds
big
me
game
of?
Brian. Oh, sorry.
No, the Penn State coach. I don't understand. You know,
Michael King. Him.
Why I'm kind of in Penn State territory here. You know,
and married too.
Yeah. My brother.
Territory. You married it.
Yeah, but like I don't get like when like other teams are making runs at this coach. I'm like, okay, let him go. Like I guess he's a good like salesman for the university or for the program, but like as a football coach, kind of like you were saying. I don't know. Does he ever win the games that he's supposed to? I mean, does he ever beat Michigan or Ohio State? I don't know what his record is against Michigan and Ohio State.
He's beaten Michigan. He hasn't beaten Ohio State.
But even still, what's his record against Michigan?
But you're 100% right, Ryan. James Franklin is Penn State's version of Brian Kelly. You got him to this place where, okay, we know what games we're gonna win. The games that are gray areas, you're losing more than you're winning. And in Notre Dame's case, we were never winning those. I mean, now you could make the argument, which I do, because why not? But we're losing to Georgia and Alabama again and Clemson again.
USC.
And it's like, well, those are the top.
And even if you just win one of those games, they did beat Clemson, right? So like every now and then, okay, great. But like if you're around for 10 years and you only have one feather in your cap, you shouldn't really be around for another 5 years.
Exactly. And that's why I don't see the lack of obviously big game motivation that Brian Kelly lacked, that Marcus Freeman brings. I don't see how we take a huge step backwards that people are saying. I think the talent on its own is going to get us to 9 wins.
Friend of the show, Nelson Wilhite, says, are they playing offense with 4 tight ends this year? I keep reading Notre Dame doesn't have any wide receivers left to play. Well, and then a new commenter comes in, and Zach Parker, and he says, Trailblazers with the 5 tight end set and a center.
Do you have any breaking news music?
This is low rent production.
I played receiver at Franklin College of Indiana.
Humble brag.
I still have eligibility left. So on Saturdays, starting in the fall, look out for you. No, I'm just kidding. I wish. How awesome would that be? No, we're that desperate for receivers. It's no joke, Nelson. We're that desperate for receivers. Yeah, dude.
This is good going into the. I mean, we started Will Sweeney for 6 games last year.
So yeah, they're basically if Joe Wilkins can come back at some point, I don't think he'll be ready for Ohio State. But literally going to Ohio State, we had 5 healthy scholarship receivers. Like that's a formation. That's like, you know what I mean? Don't get hurt on this play because we have nobody else.
God. If there's anybody that can feel your pain, it is Clemson fan. So,
you said this is a low production, but guess what I heard last night at the Trenton Thunder game?
Give it to me.
It starts too slow.
It's the Boo song for those that have been around.
Oh, geez.
For long enough. I bet they played that. That
you should know that.
Going back to old school.
It's coming back. Is that a preview of what's to come?
I've been watching
See, back in the day, too, like when I first started this thing, I was recording Zach with his picks and then putting it together.
Behind a dumpster.
And then Rai would send me his boo of the week, and I was placing that in. It was a lot of time, and my wife was like, "Wow, you spend more time doing that than you do on the show." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's going to stop." And here we are.
And then COVID and Zoom happened. Yeah. Things got easier.
So JJ, so have you been to Savannah Bananas game, and do they have real hats there?
I was there when they had real hats, and I was there when they were an actual baseball team.
They do have real hats. They do have real.
I actually have a few of them. I have a Savannah Cardinals hat and a Savannah Sand Gnats hat.
Sand Gnats.
The Sand Gnats were a Mets affiliate.
I love your dedication to hat collecting. That's awesome.
Started in '84, man. What can I say?
I thought I had a lot of hats, and I do honestly have a lot of hats, but Jeff's he's the next level.
Yeah.
Have you seen the collection? Just
mighty.
in pictures, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I've never seen it in person, but yeah, I see it on like Instagram.
But it's so organized. It's so well done.
Yeah, you know what?
So organized.
Jeff, I might have to fly you into Philly, and then come to my house and do the organizing because my wife would probably pay for your flight.
Hey, if you would like it disorganized, I can make a trip to Tampa with my kids.
Do you think your kids would actually touch my hat closet or the bar? You're out of your goddamn mind.
I got
they would touch the bar.
I got hats just laying around everywhere. Can you see the hats behind me?
Sitting in the barber chair.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Was the dog wearing a cone of shame? Like, what's going on?
Oh yeah. Dog she got fixed.
Oh.
Nice.
She was broken? That's too bad.
I thought you were taking her on a flight. I thought it was like one of those neck pillows.
If I could lift myself, I wouldn't be doing this shit.
Yeah, those are the fancier. Like it used to just be the cone of shame, and now they have these less humiliating. She looks like she's gonna go swimming.
Yeah. She's got a little. Like my son we went swimming earlier today, and he had those like floaties on.
So what's Ryan gonna be, 4?
He is 4. He'll be 5 in December.
5?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Can you imagine? It's like, holy moly. He was just born a minute ago.
Yeah.
Palk's got 46 kids, so he doesn't know how old his kids are. But
Zach, your kid's in high school yet?
Just about. Yeah. Well, no, wait. Definitely is. Yeah. I had to think about it. Freshman.
Are you serious?
Yeah, freshman and.
Are you counting the days to be an empty nester?
No.
Oh man.
No.
Did you see the show? What's the show called? Reservation Dogs.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, it's just awesome. The one dad is like a deadbeat dad that lives out in California. He's trying to be a rapper, and so he's like, "How old is my son again?" That's like Zach. He's getting on the phone right now, calling the wife. Yo, how old's the boy?
How's the boy? Yeah, how's the kid?
That's awesome. I didn't realize he's a freshman.
Back to batting cage match with my father. Every year I get the happy birthday like 2 or 3 days after my birthday. It's like,
hey,
really?
At least
it's like, hey, Dad, you planned my birthday to specifically be 6'9". Why are you Why are you contacting me on the 13th?
Hey, Jeff, is your birthday 6'9"?
No, it's 6'9"70". I'm in sequence.
Oh man.
I'm anxiously waiting to hear your thoughts on Nebraska Northwestern and Vandy
Hawaii.
It's coming on. It's on the sheet. It's on the sheet.
But you guys, I see it. Do you guys know how Saban got his contract extension?
Give it to us.
I learned that. I learned this through another podcast, and it's hilarious. Nick Saban lost to Georgia on purpose.
Oh, come on.
No, hear me out. The reason he lost to Georgia on purpose, because that's the reason Kirby Smart got his massive raise and extension, etc., right? Nick Saban has in his contract,
yes,
if the average of the top 3 paid coaches in the SEC is greater than his salary, he gets a salary increase. And if the salary of the top 5 coaches across the country is greater than his salary, he gets a raise. So Kirby Smart put it to where the average of the top 3 was less than what he was making. He therefore gets a raise.
He's playing chess. He's playing chess. And everybody else is playing water polo.
He purposely lost a national championship game.
Yep.
Because another championship would not get him a raise or any more prestige. So let me lose to Georgia.
I think
hold on. If that were to happen, he would have to argue and say, "Here's why I need a raise." In this case, doesn't have to do anything.
Kennedy?
He just has to point to the writing in the contract and say, "Hey, they're making more than I am. I get paid."
That should definitely be. See, I'm wearing the Message Board Geniuses shirt tonight. It says "Fire Everybody." That seems like it came from one of those message boards.
Jaden would not let him lose a national title. There's no way.
He said last year was a rebuilding year. Ryan's about to play us the concerto in G minor here in a second.
I'm not saying he lost on purpose, but it is in his contract that if he makes less than the top 3 paid coaches in the SEC, he gets a raise.
He's had that contract since he went to Alabama.
But he has it's only like $1 or something more. Like he has to be like $1 or something. That was
he has to be $1 more than the highest.
I believe it.
If it's true, it trumps Mike Stoops' contract at Kentucky.
Well, absolutely. But when Lincoln Riley went to USC,
no,
that's a private school. We don't know what he's making.
Hey, guess what? $1 more. Boom.
Well, no, you know Stoops deal at Kentucky, right?
No, give it to us.
If he wins 7 games, he gets automatically a 1-year extension and a $500,000 raise. If he wins 10 games, he gets a 2-year extension and $1 million raise.
Dude, you're gonna win 10 games this year. I'm telling you. Look at that schedule. Not kidding. I've looked it up.
Which, by the way,
whoa! Are you going against SEC football?
No,
That's SEC East. That's wide open.
it's different.
It's the least. Yeah, they're gonna be all right.
South Carolina's going to have 7 wins.
See,
Commanders.
sports is all about contracts, like Bobby Bonilla and Saban and Stoops. But yes, JJ, go over what JJ said. The cock command. Oh, sorry, my point. JJ, say what you said again.
Corner square. Cock Commanders.
Yeah, so the University of South Carolina is having some infighting with chickens fighting at
Are you
each
saying
other.
they're having a cockfight?
Well, the new owners of Sir Big Spur apparently.
What is that?
That was the name of the live chicken. Was Sir
Why
Big
is that
Spur.
a problem? Does
It's
anybody
not.
know?
Apparently, one of the owners of it clipped its red thing or something, so it's no
Spur's
longer
the
Sir
heel.
Big. It doesn't. Basically, it's like UGA 2 being a bulldog and UGA 3 being an Alaskan Husky. Basically, is what these chicken
Okay.
purists believe. So when the new owners of the new Sir Big Spur clipped whatever the red thing on the head, it's no longer. I guess
Spur.
they own the naming rights or whatever, so it's no longer Sir Big Spur because of this plume is no longer there. So
You know what a spur is?
Hold on, I have to
chicken?
go on Twitter. I got to update my bio. I'm going to put chicken purist.
you are the only one with a blue check mark on this panel tonight. You know?
Spur
Cheers
is
to
the
that.
back thing on
It's
the
the back
heel
and
that's
the
like a
back heel.
spike.
Yeah.
Right, but what's the plume thing on the head or something? So I don't.
It's
Basically,
the-
they didn't want the continuity. They didn't want their old one.
That's the gambling device when you go to a cockfight. That's the thing they stab the other
That's what
chicken
kills
with.
them.
With the
That's the
razor blade,
Spurs. Yeah.
with the razor blade usually attached to the back of the spur. Not that I've ever been to a cockfight fight before in Ybor City. Just saying.
Well, speaking of cockfighting, I think the best answer to what should we name the new South Carolina mascot is Little Jerry Seinfeld.
Is there
How
really
is
that cock commander?
they're not really going to renamed the Gamecocks, are they?
No,
No, not
No,
the
no, no,
not the
no,
game
just
cock,
the
just the
the
mascot.
Oh, they don't like cocky?
They don't like Sir Big Spur. The live mascot.
The live.
Cocky's fine.
Oh,
Cocky's
I'm
safe.
sorry. Yeah, I forgot. Chicken purist. I don't mean to talk about the mascot that puts on the
But-
big head.
What's funny, Ryan, is
In a shower.
Behind the shower curtain, like Karate Kid.
Yes, but it's top 3 entrance. What?
the 3 that were mentioned were that we need to change the name were Cluck Norris,
Yeah, collector.
Horrible.
Cock Commander.
Marco
I like
Pollo,
Marco Pollo. Was hilarious to me.
and it was funny. But
That was my favorite one.
the number 3 and most
Runaway
about was
winner.
Cock
Runaway
Commander.
winner.
He who commands the cock.
Cock Commander. I mean, come on. Like,
But isn't
hey,
Commander?
hold on. I got a question. Does Cock Commander beat Pole Assassin? If I don't know how that works.
Here's
That's
another question.
perfect C&B right there.
Here's another question. Do they spit or swallow?
What happens if they're playing the Arkansas Razorbacks?
And you know what? And then you have Michael Penix. Penix comes in, and he.
Penix needs to start for South
Could
Carolina.
you imagine if
Go to the
Washington
portal,
played?
Penix.
Who's the real Cock Commander Bowl? But isn't Commander like a title? So shouldn't it be Commander Cock?
I will be reporting boots on the ground from Columbia, South Carolina next weekend. So I'll have an in-depth analysis when I return.
I'll be there Wednesday. So.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what,
Video.
there had better be fucking Cock Commander t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
There's gotta be.
Not that I'd ever wear one, but I would send every one of you assholes a t-shirt for Christmas.
That'd be great.
Wait, you guys are talking about mascots, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or I was talking about mascots. Did you ever see?
Do what?
Did you ever see? I think you should leave with Tim Robinson on Netflix.
No, but I need to.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Open.
While we do that, let's talk about something else.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Hey, speaking of Netflix, I don't know if you want to go down that road right now.
Yeah, let's do it. Mant'i Teo. This is
Mant'i Teo.
I actually named this episode the podcast that doesn't exist after Mant'i Teo's Untold on Netflix.
And
the girlfriend that did
I teased it yesterday on my show when I released my episode. I ended with, come see us on Chop and Beef because we're going to talk about the Teo documentary.
It's
like it.
Nice, thank you. Appreciate you.
Of course.
Ryan, have you seen this thing?
Yeah, will this work?
People.
No, have you seen the Mant'i
Because it's not
Teo
Zoom.
documentary? Is that a yes?
Mant'i Teo? No, I did not see it. Is it new, right?
Uncharted?
it's really good, dude.
It's really well done. It's on Netflix. It's
Untold.
It's Untold. It's a 2-part series about the whole story. Really,
2 hours.
Each episode's an hour apiece,
It's
so
great.
it'll take you no time to get through it.
the wonderful human being that set him all up with this.
I was going to ask, what did everyone think?
See you next Tuesday.
Well,
You mean can't understand normal thinking?
I came off with 2 things. Mant'i Teo is like a stone cold hottie now, and also
okay,
major blow up, right?
When did he lose all the weight and get the chin and like?
he looked like a
The jaw, square jaw.
I'm telling you what.
I think he's just the
That could be
most
some
genuine.
Polynesian love right there.
He's the most genuine, nicest person on this planet, and how this scumbag picked him to like completely screw over her. I guess maybe he was like an easy target. I don't think so.
He was
I think
trying
it
to
just
find
bad
himself,
luck.
but let's destroy other people's lives at the
why?
same time.
He's just the nicest person. He just wants to help people. He said it several times. He just wants to make people feel good. He went even at the end. I thought the last 5 minutes when he just spoke, and it was like it was very moving. And I mean, he's just the nicest human on the planet, and it's just awful that this happened to him.
It just confirms everything that I know JJ and I, as Notre Dame fans, witnessed. Like, he was a Notre Dame football player for all 4 of his college years, and he was the face from the jump. Like, he was the top linebacker recruit, all that kind of stuff. He always came to Notre Dame as this very genuine good guy, like faith and family first and all this, and he that's who he is. It wasn't some performance. It wasn't some show that Naya was, right? And the fact that he still said, I can forgive.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, have you seen what she said yet? Or he said, or it said, have you seen it yet? Because I'm sorry, but I'm watching that, and like I said, I told you guys last week, I said it on my podcast, I've watched Catfish, and I've been in the position where, like, oh my God, I sympathize with that person because they're trying to let out this feeling that they don't otherwise know how to do. So in the beginning, I get where Naya came from, but
That second episode was way different, huh?
I know where he came from, a multiple fucking personality.
Yeah.
Well, I think at the beginning too. When
How many episodes is it? Sorry.
2.
It's only
2.
2, an hour apiece.
Okay.
And it's not really a spoiler. I mean, you know the story, but it just dives deep into it.
Yeah.
But in the first episode, I think the Naya person said, I knew I've done this with other people, and when it gets too far, I stop it. But with Mant'i, I just couldn't. I felt like I couldn't, or whatever.
that's where I lost
Okay.
the sympathy. There was a clear point to cut it the fuck off, and he chose to keep fucking going.
But
And that's when I got pissed off.
But even, you see, with Mant'i Teo, if you don't know the background, he grew up in Hawaii. He grew up in a small community in Hawaii, and he grew up in a very spiritual
Mormon.
Christian Latter-day Mormon family.
Mm-hmm.
Samoan, all
So
that
he
shit.
was already naive in the ways of the world. And,
Secluded. Yeah.
secluded life, And here comes this girl, and by the way, at this time, no one knew what the hell catfish meant.
Yes.
We don't have. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
In the
I actually
pictures,
thought
she was good looking in the pictures. Good lord.
yeah, I mean, I actually thought the guy was like noodling for fish. I didn't know.
Ryan,
I gotta
thank you
check
for
out, guys.
coming, buddy.
Sorry. My dog's acting like a jerk.
All right, big up, bud.
Yeah, bro.
We'll see you again. Get out.
So anyway, I don't blame him for being naive, but like I said, it's the piece of shit, the Naya that kept just pulling the chain and pulling the chain and pulling the chain. I mean, she cost him how many millions of dollars in the NFL?
Mm-hmm. Dropped out first round.
And two, he obviously, and I'm one of those who actually believes that certain news medias do tell the truth. But they just immediately harped on the story that he's gay, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay. Mm-hmm. And at the time, 10 years ago, that was also taboo also. Mm-hmm. When he wasn't gay, he was just a nice guy who...
And he's like far from it. So obviously...
And he was in on it, supposedly.
Yeah, that too.
And he was in on it, and he's gay, and he's this. And by the way, his NFL draft's coming up, and he's still one of the best linebackers in football. It changed his whole life.
The thing that got me about this whole thing, and I don't mean to switch gears if you were going to continue to compound on that, but the thing that got me about her, Naya, is the catfisher, I guess. It was when she killed Lene, right? Lene was dead, car accident, whatever, leukemia, whatever.
By the way, let's explain the cast of characters.
That was it. And then when
Naya is the girl that catfished Mant'i Teo.
Yeah. So this fake person was Lene Kukua. But she did the whole
fake death.
He called and said, "Hey, it's still me," and then
I had to go away.
Send me a picture with Today on it, doing the hang loose, Hawaiian thing, and it comes through. Like my brain exploded at that point.
Well, that's what I want to say real quick too. Is like if you've watched any of these other untold stories, they're so well done because they're not biased. They just tell the story, and that's why they cut it right there, at 1 hour, and they showed that picture, and we're like, where the fuck did that come from? I didn't even know that had happened. And then they went into the second episode, and they actually show both sides of the story, whether you like it or not, and then you can form your own opinion. And they also, too, I thought was interesting, they really got into Deadspin and how they broke the story and how Deadspin got their reputation that they have now.
Fuck Deadspin.
As a bunch of dickheads, because they gave him, 1 hour?
Yeah.
But and no one else had that story. Give me 1 hour, bunch of losers. They didn't want to hear what he had to say. So, especially with everything he had going on, because at the combine. So, it just told the whole story, but they don't interject into it. They just present it and let the people speak, and they don't. That's why I like Untold. It's just like it's not slanted. You form your own opinion, and it's obvious.
That story was the start of internet news.
It gave Deadspin what their name is, and that's all they try and do is screw people over.
The thing that bothered me about the whole situation was what Casey said is how the villain got, used obviously a woman's pictures, convinced the woman to do a picture of herself saying that, hey, my friend got in a car accident. Can you put this on a sign and send it to me? And I'm going to send it to my friend who's a fan of yours. The girl did it with all good intentions. Uses the picture, and then the piece of shit uses a little kid.
Yes. Oh my God.
To call up Mant'i Teo and say, "Oh, I'm thinking about you," or then meets after a game to hug, and
she fucking hugged the guy.
It's like what the holy fuck shit?
Like it's next fucking level, dude. This fucking psychopath Naya had multiple voices that she did on Dr. fucking Phil. She showed the voices. Look, I can do all these fucking voices. Robbie Toma.
I told you.
Fucking Robbie Toma. He's like,
inside that noggin.
She should be on fucking Disney with all those voices.
The Dr. Phil intro.
Oh yeah, that fat fuck.
It just
that girth just falling down.
Taking his time.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, dude, you try to get as much camera time as possible. I was like, come on, man. But hey, Dr. Phil saved the day. He broke the story.
He should be Dr. Quack.
I didn't even realize that whole thing happened. I don't remember that at all.
Dude, I remember the Katie Couric shit. I remember the Dr. Phil shit.
I was out of it by then.
I was over it. I was over it by then.
The fact that he did the voices, right?
I was like,
I'm like, motherfucker! You fooled Mant'i Teo. You fooled his dad. You fooled his mom.
Thank you,
Bill. You're not a
Bill.
person, though.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes.
It was a controlled crash by Dr. Phil.
Leaves 285 for a reason.
Oh man.
Yeah. The lengths this psycho went are above and beyond anything I've ever seen on Catfish, the show. It's insanity. And the thing that but you're talking about how it fucked up Mant'i Teo. He trusted his instincts. He said it himself. He trusted his instincts so much that it was a part of his life. Most importantly, on the football field. So when he went to the NFL, he started doubting himself. Because everybody said he wasn't the fastest, but his football instincts were above and beyond that. He made all those plays happen.
He was like Larry Bird on the court. He thought the play before the play.
Exactly.
Be the right place, the right time.
And he lost it. And the fucked up thing is, the reason Lene Kakua worked for him was his dedication to football. He's like, you know what? I don't need someone in my life by my side physically because of my dedication to football. This is a relationship that works for me. You're of my everything she presented herself to be connected to him.
Well, and also she presented herself being part Polynesian, so she knows the community. Knows
exactly.
It was a mind fuck. It
worked for him. Watch the other Untold on the Malice in the Palace. It's really good.
I put it on my watch list.
Yeah. Again, the way they tell the story is great because when you think of Malice in the Palace, who you think about? Artest, right?
He's a good guy, isn't he?
It focuses on a little bit on him, but a lot more on Jermaine O'Neal, who it really impacted. And it was really
fucked his world up.
It fucked his world up, and it was just really well done. That's all I gotta say.
It fucked his world up, but the fan deserved to be punched.
Yes,
and they interviewed him too.
Absolutely deserved to be punched.
It was a throw of a lifetime, and he even says it himself because the beer cup hit him right in the chest. Cold beer. It was just underhand toss. It was incredible. So,
they should reenact that. See if you can do the cup throw again.
It couldn't
like a Seinfeld thing.
Crazy.
Like back to Seinfeld.
It was really good. All this stuff's good. So, but yeah, it's terrible the way that the whole thing went down. But.
Hey, we'd be sponsors of Untold if
right?
They give Locks a blue can.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, quick rant. Fucking Levitard's copying us again.
Give it to me. I didn't hear it.
I posted on Facebook the three top.
Haven't been on Facebook in 5 days.
The top 3 Predator films: Arnie, the Indian girl, and then Deshaun Watson.
Hey, allegedly.
7 hours later, Levitard had it on his shit.
And who got more likes?
Right?
Life ain't fair.
So fucking guys making millions and we're pulling our puds.
Speaking of a couple guys making millions, and here we are pulling our puds. Coming to you this Friday night. So back. The Bluefield Beavers are playing the Graham G-Men this weekend at the Mitch. But Bluefield's sitting on the Graham side. They are the visitors. Graham got Bluefield last year, so we do have to really cheer hard for our Beavers this weekend. Eddie Lockett, friend of the show, did a fantastic job on Facebook with his Just a Friendly Reminder last night. So check it out, 7:30. If you're in the Bluefield, West Virginia area, I highly recommend going out to the Mitch to watch the 2022-2023 Bluefield Beavers as they march their way to Wheeling, Chop and Beef Show's favorite high school football team. What do you guys think about the Beavers? They got a tough schedule this year.
Are they back? Are they like
so back?
I mean, but are they for real back?
Beaver never goes
away.
away.
Couple years.
They're going to be strong this year.
Hope the squad is back.
Yeah, I heard Eddie did a whole big thing about the whole season preview a couple weeks ago, and it seems like they're going to be playing a lot of big physical football teams, but yeah, the Beavers should. I think it was 3 years ago that he said that this team in junior high, if they all stayed together, was going to win a state championship. So I think a lot of those kids are sophomores and juniors. So hopefully, it's a lot of fun when we can report that Bluefield wins games and stuff, and then
I understand the coach during the summer has really kept the Beavers really tight, really focused on the situation.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
Well,
it's good
really
for the Beavers that Penix is in Penix is in college now because
he's at Washington. He's got to play Oregon State, so
Ooh, that's right. They're in the same conference now.
Oh God! Please let there be a penetration line during that game.
A lot of full-on dives.
But good luck. Good luck to the Beavers. We are pulling for you here. I have my
love the Beavers.
I have my Bluefield Beavers socks that I'll break out on Friday night. Bill Long checks in, friend of the show. Are you fine fellas sure that Teo didn't get so jacked up from that 42-14 beating they took in the national championship?
Well, if you watch the documentary.
Why'd you let him score 14, Bill?
Yeah, Bill.
That Notre Dame team scored 14 on that Alabama team.
Mercy killing Eddie Lacy.
I would take that as a loss.
It was bad.
But that fucked up Teo too. But
Brian Kelly had the line of the year that night. When the sideline reporter asked him at halftime, he goes, "Hey, coach, you think you got a chance to winning?" He goes, "Yeah, is Alabama not coming out?" I was like, holy shit. The guy's already said his team fucking's done.
Did you see this the other night too? I think it was at the Yankee game. This guy pulled out a hot dog and pulled the hot dog out of the bun and then put a straw all the way down the hot dog. And then used it as
he hollowed the straw
out. And then you
hollowed out the dog.
And the straw wasn't left in.
No, he
made the hot dog
and put the hot dog in his beer and used it as a straw.
So how expensive
I think it's inventive.
You got the hot dog and
Yankee Stadium. It's probably $21.
That's not bad.
18 to $21.
I just want to know
sipping your beer through an asshole.
No, you're not. What he's doing is, I'm telling you, if Mark Cuban and Robert Herjavec are watching, he's going to be on the next episode of Shark Tank.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
There is only one food item that's properly used as a straw. It's called a Twizzler.
He's drinking his bourbon out of a Twizzler. Bill Long checks back in. Eddie Lacy is back. He's my hero.
Eddie Lacy, 285 for a reason.
Hey, it's funny you're drinking Twizzlers. You ever heard Kyle Kinane's bit about Twizzlers?
Who?
No.
Twizzlers and buttholes. Lick them and stick them. Find out about yourself.
Bill Long checks back in. Speaking of licking them and sticking them, saw that, was half disgusted and half intrigued. I don't know.
Well, I'm surprised you can spell intrigued.
Which half? Which half is it?
So, that's just gross. I'm sorry.
Little League. We got a couple more minutes left here. Little League update. I need a Little League update because right now,
Tennessee beat Texas 7-1. So Pearland, Texas is out.
Only thing I saw.
That's okay because Pearland knocked my senior year high school's football team out of the fucking playoffs. So fuck.
Like 20 years ago. Did you see this thing that the kid was talking about? All this shit was rigged for ESPN.
What?
Yeah, one of the players.
Little League.
Little League World Series. The kid, I want to say they made it bases loaded. The team in the field was up by 4, I think, and an awful pitch. No, it was like a strike, and the umpire called it a ball. So it loaded the bases, and they had a hot mic, and the coach comes out, and the kid's like, "This is all rigged for ESPN to make the game close. They hit a home run, coach. It's all for ESPN. On and on and on.
I didn't see it. That's awesome.
Little kid hot mic on.
Yeah, because all the
Wow.
coaches wear the mics now.
He struck out, didn't he?
But it's going to be Hawaii, who's unscored upon right now in the World Series, and they look like they're 35 years old. I mean, they look really good against Tennessee in the Southeast, and then Chinese Taipei. Whereas I got excited when Canada beat Japan. I thought Japan was going to be that team, and then Japan lost to Mexico, and I'm like, they're done. I forgot about Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei is also unbeaten.
We had some great World War II references during that game.
Yeah, we had some good ones.
They have to play Curacao. And finally,
that if you add that to a drink, it's really good.
Yeah, blue. It's blue.
I've heard.
Finally, there's one called Come in a Hot Tub that we had in college too. It was Kahlua and blue Curacao. Taco Bell double steak grilled cheese burrito is back.
I haven't tried it yet. Need to.
Why wouldn't you?
I need a toilet.
Don't use the one at OJ Rodriguez's doctor's office in Kingsville, Texas, because it's not big.
The Little League team from Hawaii should play Vandy. That's true.
Up next, isn't it?
That is so true. They might beat them. I think they are. They're like BYU. They're like 35. Bill says toilet time.
So we're going to try out we're going to try out the grilled double whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay, perfect.
The grilled cheese burrito is second to none, and then you're going to put double steak in there. I mean,
all right, let's do a legitimate contest. Okay, no lying, no BS, and no bullshit. After we eat this thing, time ourselves how long it takes to go to the bathroom.
All right,
done.
All right.
I'm going to eat it on the toilet and win everything. Uh-oh. Brian Jackson comes in, had the steak grilled cheese burrito yesterday.
Wow.
Well, what?
And?
Is it a 3-shell, 4-shell?
I know. I'm waiting for the contest.
Is it 4 sombreros worth?
Brian was checking in. Brian Jackson's little known fact for the fans out there is from Bluefield, West Virginia. Really good friends that let Eddie Lockett introduced us to Eddie Lockett,
which makes him a hell of a man already.
Merry Christmas, shooters full.
Hey, Clark.
On that note, we'll end this mess. We're going to get into college football next week. We had a good offseason of getting back in here and just talking. And I thought this week having Pop back talking about Mant'i Teo would be good, and then having Rai jump in was a pleasant surprise. Brian Jackson wants to know about the contest. We'll let him know. We got something for you. It's a pink T-shirt that says "How's my Vagisil."
Hey, real quick, to be serious, Lenny Dawson, been a part of my area for 50 years. Died. It hit hard.
We dedicate this show to Len Dawson.
Oh man, that's cool. Thanks. He was a great guy, and he was Kansas City sports. Him and George Brett, and then Mahomes came in, but
potentially one of the best pictures ever taken in NFL history of him on the sideline.
Super Bowl I.
Oh yeah, tremendous.
And
tremendous.
I think a Fanta. I have that T-shirt.
It was a Fanta. Yeah. Smoking a heater.
Thanks to Zach Locks Parker, JJ in Tampa, Mike Powell.
Real quick,
give it to me. Go ahead.
Before you cut out, I know you got some viewers that I don't get. So this shirt right here, only so many Saturdays, make them count. I have my own show, and I'm on Twitter at 5'0" I'm going to post on Sunday. Give me your score prediction for Notre Dame versus Ohio State.
Oh.
Closest to the actual score.
How many characters is on Twitter?
102. What, they added it? 240? Is it 240? 140? I don't know. I don't care. You just need a name and a score. But if the closest to the actual score gets a T-shirt.
Ohio State.
I've teamed up with Saturday's Count, so
see that T-shirt would be good for me for happy hour.
All right.